Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I somehow multiplied my guest into four. I don't know how it happened, but would you guys like to unveil your secret identity to the masses?
Yes! This was supposed to be my interview. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Neosi, aka Kirbopher. I'm the creator, writer, animator of Tome, Terrain of Magical Expertise, and the voice of Kirbopher on that show. And I dragged a bunch of my gracious crewmates into this interview with me because, why not? So say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Now, would you guys also like to introduce yourselves? That way the listeners know who you are.
Okay, sure. I'll go first. I'm Shadybox. In relation to Tome, I am the voice of Alpha. I am also the sound effects designer.
Casey's next.
Sounds good. Sorry. Okay. Hi guys. My name's Casey Mangelo. In relation to Tome, I play Game Crazed, the floaty little purple guy, and he's awesome. And with video games, I do stuff like Red Dead Redemption and Star Trek Online and all that fun stuff.
All right, so I'm Yovlando. In relation to Tome, I'm the musician who does like music to the later episodes in Tome. I'm very well known within, especially the Mouse Pony fandom. Make a lot of remixes and songs for the show known as The Living Tombstone, and there's basically much about it, I guess, about me.
Well, awesome. Welcome to the show, guys. I'm glad that we're having a party.
You should introduce yourself in relation to Tome, by the way, because you have a connection now.
Oh, that's true. I was in Tome as one of the tournament girls in Neva, and that was a lot of fun. I didn't have an experience like that before, and I'm honored that Curb asked me to join in on that. Yay!
Yeah, and you remember her name this time.
No, I just like referring to her as the pretty one because she has the blue streak. I think the blue streak is pretty.
That's implying that the other one isn't pretty, and that's not nice.
Oh, you voiced the pretty one. Okay.
I think Kira just fits pink better than I do. I'm just saying.
Aw.
Yeah, I think she's just more of a pink girl than I am. That's all. Jeez, you're making me sound like I'm slandering Kira. I see how it is.
Yeah. I do. You do see how it is. So, we're here. We're here to talk about. I guess we're here to talk about Tome stuff specifically. I don't know. You were Christmas. It was just like, hey, you should come on in January. So, what do you want to know?
Well, I want to know, how does it feel to finally be done with the first season?
It feels pretty gratifying. It's crazy to think that it's been 2.5 years since I wrote the first like 8 episodes or so.
Oh wow, it has been 2.5 years.
Somehow
Hasn't it?
2 and 2 more full episodes and 2.5 years. And somehow in that time, from the original plan of getting those 8 episodes done in a year, it ended up being 10 episodes and 7 shorts in the span of 2.5 years. And it's been a pretty crazy journey, but I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'm really grateful for everybody who's enjoyed the show. I'm very grateful for my talented actors and musicians and sound people and background artists and script writer and website manager and video editors and everybody who's ever done anything for the show. The couple folks that I brought along with me here are only like a few of many who have made it all happen, and I'm just really grateful for that. So yeah, and I was also happy to have you involved with it, Jackie, because it was cool to give you a character that was kind of tailor fit for what it is that you do, what it is that you're doing right now, literally. except we're not webmaster, but
That's true. There's no Kyle Aber here, but he's easy to get a hold of. But for the voice actors who are a part of the project as well, isn't it neat to see something that just started online? Because this is like essentially a free project. This isn't like a big studio behind it or anything like that. Isn't it neat to see how big it's grown? Casey and or Blake?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't think I knew it was going to go somewhere, but nobody really knew. Nobody sets out to make a dud, but Tome was such kind of like an experimental kind of project. I remember Curb was telling me, like, I'm not sure if this is going to do well. And I'm like, I can't tell you from experience, but everyone really loves it. And it's really cool to see how it's grown and is continuing to grow. I dig it. Blake, you alive? Nudge,
I'm
nudge.
here. I'm here. I'm sorry. I didn't realize the question was at us, and I wasn't too sure if you finished. Yeah, no, it was really quite surreal. I've had a lot of people like contacting me in regards to it and saying like, "Hey, I noticed you from your work," and I'm like, "Oh, you mean Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?" I'm like, "No, Tome." I'm like, "Really?" Because I wasn't expecting that thing to go as big as it did. But yeah, no, it's been crazy how receptive and how well received it's been. But it's always been a pleasure to be part of that production.
Yeah, I'm always kind of surprised every time I pop onto Facebook. There's like new Tome fan art on the official Facebook page.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much every time you look
Granted,
on there, there's
granted
something
by a
new.
lot of the same people, but well, but I love those same people who do it because their stuff is amazing. Um, yeah, and it's funny because a lot of the other cast and crew members, like Micah Solusod, I mean, he's becoming an anime superstar over at Funimation, but once per convention, he gets somebody being like, "Dude, Archie and Tome," and he's like, "Really?" You know. So, and Martin too. I mean, Martin's been an internet superstar for forever, but he tells me that once every panel at every convention he goes to, and he goes to a lot of them, he gets people asking him about Tome. So it's like, oh, cool. So it's definitely been getting more and more out there as time has progressed.
Well, it was interesting when me and the staff had kind of a viewing party of all of Tome up to the tournament. Everyone seemed really entertained by Nylock. Nylock by far was the favorite character.
Uh, that is often the case, and that's okay. I as long as people are just enjoying the show, that's more than enough for me anyway. So
I think they're confused, but that's okay.
Well, I can say at least one of my staff members liked Game Craze a lot, just because they assumed that there was
Yeah,
something more to that character. Like they were like, they're
there
an
may be.
android in real life, or they're a hacking program. There's something. I don't know what they are, but there's something.
I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not sure what I can say. So I'll let Chris.
I think Curve is the only one that's having any issues with lag, and
Yeah, I'm getting some lag issues too.
so is Shady. So and there's the pop of everybody leaving the call, which is what happens when you have group calls, sadly. But since we lost two people, maybe we should talk a little bit about the music process since we still have our lovely musician with us.
All right, I'm the last one alive then.
It
Like
looks like it,
everyone's gonna
yes.
crash down and yeah, like the apocalypse. Anyway, yeah. So music. Basically, I myself just joined very late into the show about I think episode 7 or 8. Because me and Kirby have been talking about working together for some time now, and he enjoys my work, and basically he says that he would like me to feature my own music, even though that Weston Durant already made like the music for it since the beginning. So basically, I don't know, like when it comes to me working with them, he just basically like Kirby basically just says go with whatever because it's all about since my style already fits tone because it's all electro music and stuff. So it's I don't know, like I'm just like I don't know much about to say about that actually. Basically it's like when it's all about the process of making music for the show, it's mostly about taking already what Western Duran already made before and kind of like remixing it or making it a bit different for whatever scene Curb needs it for. So that's yeah.
Well, I actually that's one of my favorite points of the show in general, just the music, because it's so kind of gets you in the mood to be energized, very kind of like Saturday morning cartoon in a way. I don't know if you guys get that vibe, but I
No,
totally do.
I definitely do too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Even more so, actually, for me, the way I see the music for Tome is that it's supposed to be more like video game music in the sense that it's all one-shotted. Like in the sense that most soundtracks usually tend to involve themselves in a sense that they change all the time in one scene, and in the case of Tome, it's supposed to be like a video game music that's supposed to play from the start to finish without any interruptions. So it's definitely a thing that I really like about Tome is having this video game feel to it.
today on Internet Problems podcast,
Curb is
I'm back.
back. Just as a refresher, we were talking about the music because that's the only person that survived
Oh, good.
the
Okay.
Skype
Well, that's fine.
apocalypse.
I thought that Tombstone should have been interviewed on here forever ago, so that's good that you guys were having a little moment. Yeah, Tombstone's doing great stuff for the show. I remember we got introduced to each other by a mutual friend like a while ago, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a fan of Parody Rangers," and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." But we got to know each other, and I heard his music, and I was like, "Oh, dude, your stuff is amazing." And there came some opportunities where like I wanted to have some other like guest people do music with the show, and Tombstone provided some stuff. And then when we did a few of the later shorts towards the end of the season, I thought, oh, you know what, I want to have kind of like a score as opposed to just like the tracks that I've been reusing. So I did a bunch of arrangements of Weston Durant, who's the main composer for the series.
Oh,
He did
Durant, not Durant, because I said it differently. I have
not
no
like
idea how
the,
to
no, not
pronounce
like
his
the
name.
Pokemon, not like Durant.
Durant,
And
Durant.
he
Do-do-do-do-do.
Durant.
Do-do-do-do.
Yoav did a bunch of arrangements of his music for the show, and did this really really cool score for The Legend of Nihilok and Plan Z, that I loved. So yeah, I'm happy to work with him on musical stuff.
Well, now I know that we have to kind of keep hush hush, I guess, about season 2, but will you guys be approaching the music in the same way for the next season, or can you not say?
Actually, no,
Can't
wait,
really
you go first.
I can't really say. There's different things that I'm kind of thinking about regarding how to change it up if the second season happens. There's a lot of stuff up in the air, but we'll see. I will say that I Tombstone and I will definitely be working together on stuff in the future, because we're both equally efficient at stuff, and it's been just good to work together. So I can say that much. But
Yeah.
as for how that weighs into future tone stuff, we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, all I can say is that we definitely, since it's gonna, if we are going to do something like that, it's definitely going to take it up a notch and kind of like revisit or maybe relearn some stuff we did in the first season. I mean, I remember like when Kirby asked me to do for music for the shorts and the episodes, as I said before, I used like stuff Western Durant did before. So it's like I'm hoping to maybe like have like a totally new composition like the one I did like in Plan Z, I think, where like the entire thing should sound different and maybe have a different tone to it, and definitely learn some new techniques for it. We'll see what happens.
We will. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I will.
Well, definitely. So for now, this is has nothing to do with what might actually happen, but does anyone have any predictions or things they want to see in season 2?
Guys, what do you want to see happen in season 2?
I
More
want to
game
see.
praise.
I want to see more Alf. God damn it!
I want my own original character.
I don't know, Shady. I will really have to think about including more alpha in any potential future episodes of the
Please,
show. That'd
please,
really
I'm flat broke. Please.
Well, no character development scenes or wacky adventures to the beach or an A-Team spoof or anything like that. No.
Buffer and Flame Girl go to the beach.
Oh yeah, no. There's totally gonna be a Hot Springs episode.
Oh, boy.
Definitely gonna be a Hot Springs episode.
Perfect.
Lots of bulge on Nilok's part. Lots of S on GC's part. I don't know if you guys know this.
Yeah.
GC actually has a very very well toned S. There are certain like
Game
Audrey
praise is
Carre.
not designed
Who
after
did-
me, so hey.
Audrey Carre, who's done a lot of like extra guest art for the series. She's done like the Facebook banner and stuff. She always draws GC with a very very finely toned S. So I've just kind of made it canon that he has one. That's a
I'm
thing.
giving it.
So.
I'm gonna give that to the Game Crazed fan on the staff and see if he can come up with any more like conspiracy theorists that have to do with his butt.
Oh, good.
That'll be perfect.
See,
all of the data inside of Tone lies within Game Craze Butt.
And the only one who knows is the
webmaster.
webmaster.
Have you ever noticed how you never see the forbidden power in Game Crazes at the same time?
Oh my god.
It's like we're getting Silent Hill conspiracies up in here.
Absolutely.
It's perfect.
Worry.
Well, now when can we expect to see any progress or any updates on season 2?
Well, what it is that I'm focusing on right now, before I majorly jump into doing anything with future episodes, because I have a few things on my plate. What I'm doing in terms of Tome is I'm trying to really push for expanding the audience of the first season with the episodes that I have out, and what I've been kind of doing to help grow that a bit is I'm finally just at the beginning of this year starting to make better use of my YouTube channel. Previously, I wasn't able to monetize my YouTube channel. I was having a lot of issues with Google, just technical ones, not personal ones. And finally got that worked out, and I announced recently that I joined the Channel Frederator Network. They're the company that's produced like Adventure Time and Fairly Odd Parents and Bravest Warriors and a lot of stuff. And I'm uploading episodes and videos, tone related stuff. In fact, we have the Hacker short from a while ago coming out tomorrow. So I'm trying to release those weekly and kind of grow the viewership on that a little bit before I even think about trying to do any further episodes. But I'm definitely doing a lot of different things from behind the scenes, and just trying to get my stuff together this year because there's a lot of things that I have to do. So, is that vague enough of an answer for you?
That's vague enough of an answer for us. And since apparently the fries are done, we're going to take a short break here on 91.8 The Fan. So keep it tuned to your favorite station where we play everything you want and nothing you don't. Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan, and I believe we spent most of this break talking about twerking. So it's been
the usual.
Yeah, it's been an interesting experience having this wonderful group of people on.
Let's reintroduce ourselves. I'm Kirbopher 15.
I'm Shady Bucks.
I'm Casey Mangelou.
I'm you have the living Tombstone Landau.
So everybody knows who everybody is, which is great.
Yeah, who are you? I don't know you.
Oh, you don't know me? But I'm Kana. This is my show.
Oh, this is your Korner.
Yeah.
With a K. Like
Yeah.
some kind of Donkey Kong. Like some kind of Danky King.
Hey, don't make me break out the Donkey Kong rap.
Oh my god. Please play some Donkey Kong music. We were talking before while the break was going on about GC twerking to techno music and popcorn.
God.
And it was reminding me of I guess maybe this might come as a disappointment to people because it's something that didn't happen, but before we recently released the background music soundtrack to go along with the season finale at the end of last year. And a long time before that, I at one point I wanted to do and I'm sure you've played many songs like these on the radio show before, when in Japan when they do like character song CDs for anime, they're not songs that are necessarily featured in the show, but they're like sung by the seiyuu and etc. I wanted to do a CD like that for the Tome characters, and that's actually where Nyloc's theme song came from. That was in episode 6 because when I wrote that one, I liked it so much that I was like, you know what? Actually, I want to put this in an episode. So we ended up doing it, and a friend of Shady's and I's, this guy Stephen Kelly, did the really awesome orchestral remix of Nyloc's background music, and then I wrote the lyrics and Martin performed it. So that was cool. But one of the songs I wanted to have on the CD was we wanted to have GC's theme. Like his background music from the show, except it was like a techno remix, with samples of his lines from the show. So it would have been like, indeed, 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 just that kind of stuff. But it didn't happen. I don't know if it ever will. So I'm sorry to disappoint everybody that that's not a thing currently.
Well, you never know. There might be a rave Tome party at a convention one day. That would be fun.
Maybe somebody make that. I'm gonna put a request out. Somebody just make that instead of me having to do it or commissioning somebody to do it.
I'll use my voice sample somewhere and remix it into one of my songs.
Surprised if somebody hasn't made that yet, really.
No, there's not a whole lot of Tome music fan stuff. There's a couple that I think are really cool that I've seen out there, but most of what I see is just fan art. And now I'm seeing more fan Tumblrs pop up and things like that. But
I just recently followed one that was a text one for Tome.
Yeah, and there's one I just found called Tome Tunes. It's like somebody they'll like put a character up and then they'll like assign like a piece of music that they think like fits their theme or whatever. The funniest one was Doubling and Skate, Bosco's characters technically. For whatever reason, they decided to put Space Jam as that character's theme, and that's Bosco's favorite movie ever. And what was even funnier is like if it's like a shipping theme, like if they have one for like Alpha and Flamey, they'll put Alpha and Flamey's pixel art and then a little heart between them to show like, oh, it's their love theme or whatever. They put Skate and Doubling with a heart between it, so it's like he's loving himself while listening to Space Jam. It's like that's way too accurate to real life, and I love it. So, Devin Mack, who plays Raccoon, I think he's listening to this right now. I'm sure he's laughing at that. So, hi, Mac.
I hope that all of Tumblr hears this and makes a wonderful fan fiction, and the ship starts sailing for all the wonderful crossover.
Oh God!
I don't want it.
I don't know. It might be hilarious in some cases.
No. Mac just told me he's not laughing because I'm not funny. Yeah, okay, well, whatever.
That's not very nice.
Well, he's not very nice anyway, so screw him.
Well, for the fans out there, where else can they keep up to date on Tome stuff? Obviously, there's the YouTube and the Facebook, but what else is there?
The biggest hub for Tome stuff, where you can see everything, is the official website, which is chrisneosi.com/tome. All the episodes, all the shorts, and everything are up there. And actually, what we're doing, I should have mentioned earlier. So while my YouTube channel, which is just Kirbopher 15, I'm putting up the old episodes on there again to sort of expand the audience to newer people who had seen the show before. What I'm doing for the people who have already seen the show and want to get something new out of it is I'm uploading commentary versions of the episodes to the official website exclusively. Previously, as Shady can attest to, because we did a bunch a long time ago. We recorded commentaries for the first like 7 episodes or so, but they were individual MP3s that you would have to listen to over SoundCloud and then like sync them up with the video, and that was kind of inconvenient. So in this case, I'm actually taking the ones that we already recorded from a while ago and overlapping them onto the video, so it's just a little more convenient for you. And that's thanks to Scott Kaisernacko from Team 4-Star, who's been gracious enough to help me out with it. And as a matter of fact, recently we recorded commentaries that nobody's heard yet for episodes 8 and 9, the 2 tournament episodes, one of which includes yourself, Jackie.
Yay!
It's a pleasure to have you on. So the episode 8-1 has a little, this is not going to be up for a while, but a little tease. The episode 8 commentary has myself, Jackie, a bunch of the hackers, voice actors, and a couple other the recurring cast. And then the episode 9 commentary is myself and all of the main actors, including Shady and Casey. And Tombstone, you and I will have to do one at some point down the line.
Well, sorry, I'm still making the popcorn song. Okay, hold on.
He's doing a popcorn GC remix right now. So yeah, chrisneosi.com/tome is the biggest hub for it. And then the Facebook page, facebook.com/tome series. I make updates on there pretty much like multiple times a week with just whatever is going on with the show, and like fan art and video updates and vlogs and whatever else. I do lots and lots of stuff. So yeah.
And for other guests, would you like to let the listeners know where they can stalk you in a nice way?
Who wants to go?
I don't know. Should I go first?
She means promote your like Twitters and Facebooks and whatever.
Yes.
Well,
not your
you
address.
can check. I'm mostly updating and putting where all my music is and stuff on my YouTube channel. So go check that on. Just search on YouTube The Living Tombstone, and I also have a Twitter account that I mostly update, and a Facebook page that I update as well. But for my stuff, and just because music is all I make, then just check the YouTube page, and that's it.
And for me, I have a Twitter account. It's twitter.com/CaseyTheVA. That's kind of my name for like everything. And I have a Facebook too. If you just look up my name.
What about Zidane Tribal FF9?
I will destroy you. I will come to your house. I will come to your house, and I won't say what I'm going to do next.
Is that like your first screen name on the internet?
That was like back in what, 2001?
2000 and X.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, when I was like 9 or 10, I think my first username online was Jackie Tiger 2000. So
That's adorable, though.
it was,
You know what my first screen name was, guys? Kirbopher 12!
but it still had the numbers at the end. I'm
It's
just
true.
saying.
It did.
I'm just saying.
You
So
know what that
Shady, where
means?
can we stalk you before
you.
we get into a
Uh,
number fight?
England.
England, yeah. Twitter.com/ShadyVox or my website, which is just simply put shadyvox.com.
Awesome. And now, what other projects are you guys working on that you can talk about to the listeners out there? I'm assuming you guys aren't all working together on another project, but how about your separate stuff?
Who wants to go
Somebody else go
first?
first this time.
Okay,
Going
I
first
guess.
again. So you go first. Okay, you go. You go. You go.
Okay. Okay, push it on me. As for myself, at the moment, I am currently working on an original rock album with a newly formed band called Scratch 21. We're currently working on a single to promote the album that we're hoping to get out by the end of this month. The song is called Sorry Jack. It features myself and my friend Ed Templar, who I've collaborated with on numerous covers on my YouTube channel. And that's where my focus is going to be for, well, until it's done, probably for the next 2 months or so.
Awesome. Now, who's next? Picking order. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Right,
Why
I'll-
not? Oh, no, you can go. Dude, it's all good.
Okay.
We're an organized
It's so
bunch.
much pressure. Oh my god. Okay. So right now in terms of projects right now I finally kind of like got basically started to
making
work
popcorn.
like yeah yeah, that's true. I'm making popcorn right now as we do this interview thing. But regardless of that, I right now basically started to basically produce music for like a couple of singers and musicians in the industry basically. But besides that, I have like my own personal project where I for example, right now I'm making a remix of Let It Go from Frozen. Working on that
Nice.
pretty hard, so hoping like next week to release it like with a video and everything, but and hopefully finish it by tomorrow. See how that goes. But besides that, like a couple of original songs, funny songs, and a couple of other songs, and that's about it basically. Right now, I'm also waiting for Kirbopher to ask me to do more music for him. So whenever you're ready, Kirb.
Yeah, Tombstone and I will definitely be working on more stuff in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As for me, well, like I said, I mean the YouTube stuff is the biggest thing right now that I'm trying to push, and because I've never really played the YouTube content creator game that much. But this year I'm really trying to push hard on that and see if hopefully it works out okay. Um, and actually, this week specifically, I just forgot about this. I'm actually taking just like drawing commissions. I don't usually do that, but I want to donate more money to this thing on Kickstarter called Wakfu, which is this really beautiful French animated series that kind of is one of the things that kind of inspired me to want to do Tome when I remade the old like TTA storyline and everything. So I owe it a lot to that show, and I want to support them. And so I've been taking commissions and stuff. So if anybody out there wants some drawings for cheap of just like whatever, message me on like DeviantArt or Twitter or Tumblr or whatever you feel like. It's just, you can just search me. It's all Kirbopher or Kirbopher15 and all
You're
that
also
stuff.
doing pixel art, I believe, as well.
Yeah, sketches, flash doodles, pixelated icons, which I made one for Jackie a long time ago when I was doing those first. Yeah, so if you want any of that, go for it. Other stuff, I am working on another project that is, it could be something that could be bigger than Tome. And it's, we'll see how it goes. I'm working on it with a bunch of guys that do a thing on the internet. They recently hit 1 million subscribers. There's multiple of them, but some people think that there's only 4 of them. I'm working with a bunch of those guys on a thing that could be kind of cool. It could be very lucrative, and I hope it goes somewhere. So and if it doesn't, then I have other options, and there's a lot of different things I'm trying to get off the ground. So hopefully we'll have some cool stuff to look forward to in the future. And
Perfect.
yeah.
Now, did we lose somebody or do we have them back?
Hello.
Shay's
Okay.
back. Casey, you've got some cool stuff going on. You should talk about that.
I do. I think the only things that, well, this is mainly an anime kind of thing. So I mean, I've been getting into anime as in I've been doing anime in the past year for like the very first time. The first anime I ever did was I played Jin Kanzaki as a kid and Zetman, which kind of just came out in Blu-ray like a couple months ago.
Go get it. That
And
show's good. By
go
the way.
get it. It's pretty damn cool. Hey, I
Yeah.
grew up to be Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I
It's
mean.
true. Yes, Jason Griffith. That's right.
Yes. He plays older Jin, which is kind of cool. And I just did a movie called Time of Eve, and I play a little robot dude who is like adorable and isn't able to speak for unknown reasons. You'll find out why. It's pretty cool. Mike Nicholas, Yuri Lowenthal's in it, Stephanie Shea. It's pretty
John
cool.
Schemmel.
John Schemmel's in it.
It's pretty much
Lisa Ortiz.
it's pretty much like the biggest all stars of like the East and West Coast in terms of like anime actors, and Casey's
I'm
nestled
playing
right-
like Yuri Lowenthal's robot, for God's sake. So it's pretty cool.
Wait, there's a little bit of confusion I have. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if the character can't speak, are you doing
Well,
like sound?
You'll have to watch the
character?
movie.
You'll have
and
to
find
watch.
out.
The character isn't supposed to speak, but maybe the character does. I don't know. You have to watch it.
There's some flashbacks involved, possibly. It's a really, really good movie. Like everybody,
It is.
like seriously, please check out
The
Time of
animation.
Eve.
Oh my god, the animation
Yeah.
is beautiful. I watched it in Japanese before I went in to record the dub, and I was blown away. I'm like, am I really gonna be a part of this? This is incredibly well done. Like, I can't believe
Yeah.
this.
It was a movie that was I believe it was funded on Kickstarter, and
It was, yeah.
and Mike Nicholas, the director, because I auditioned for the movie as well. Mike Nicholas was friends with the I think the animation director or something from Japan, and he offered NYAV Post his studio to dub it if they were able to do that, and they made enough money off of Kickstarter that they're going to be releasing a Blu-ray, and so we got the chance to audition. And it was funny because I'm gonna embarrass you now. So Casey and I auditioned for a lot of the same characters in the movie, and the character that Casey booked was one that he wasn't originally going to audition for. And I was like, Casey, you need to audition for this character, or because if you do, you're going to book it. And he was like, no, I don't know. And I'm just like,
I'm like,
"Just do it."
I don't know.
And
you
lo and
know.
behold, look who was right. So
I got the part, and I was like, I think I just like, I don't know if I texted you or I was like, dude, no shit. You're never gonna believe what just happened. Like, you're not gonna believe this.
so yeah, please go check out Time of Eve.
Definitely check it out. It's
gonna be awesome.
amazing, and the artwork will blow you away. It's pretty amazing.
And if you're a Tome fan, then and you're familiar with Casey's acting, you will not be surprised by the type of character that he's playing in this movie, considering Game Grace.
Yeah.
Well, now, did we miss anybody? Does everybody have any surprise projects, just in case?
I think that was all four of us.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
That's okay.
Now, usually we ask for a bump at the end, but group bumps are the trickiest things in the world. And I'm
Why
not
don't we do them as our Tome characters, except for Tombstone, which alienates him entirely.
Da, 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 da.
You could sing the popcorn song.
Jackie? Did you have any other last questions about like anything regarding the show or whatever? Because I feel like we totally like lost track after a while. We went on so many tangents.
In terms of the show, I think we covered everything that the fans wanted to know. I'm always kind of amazed that a project that, started as a fan project just got so much traction and so much support from not only the fans, but also like really top tier voice actors. So I have to extend my enjoyment of the series as a fan to you guys, because it was pretty stellar to get to see it from like episode 1 to now.
Well, I'd like to extend some thanks, because as this is the millionth time that I've been on the show now, I've known you guys at the Fan for a long time, and you've always been very gracious with letting me promote my stuff. And when I had the two announcer girl characters conceptualized, I thought it would be cool to have you voice the interviewer one, being Aneva, and it was really cool to get to work with you on that. And I gotta say, and I'm gonna give you some props on your own show now. So doing Aneva in Tome was Jackie's first time doing like character voiceover, and since then I've been very happy to hear that apparently you've been like pursuing doing voiceover stuff like commercials and etc. like a lot more since then, and I don't know, I think that's really cool and like kind of flattering that like that kind of got your butt in gear to kind of pursue that a little bit more, and it sounds like you've been doing pretty well at it, so that's very awesome.
Yeah, I do have you to thank for that because I'm making an extra pocket change of like 500 to 1,000 a month now. And I only started in November. So I guess the radio, I was worried that radio would be like a detriment to that sort of thing, but apparently it helps. So
Well,
yay!
to all of your dedicated, I'm assuming dedicated listeners, I hope you guys got a kick out of hearing Jackie voice and Eva in the show. And if you watch the show, if you watch Tome, I really appreciate it as well. It's a labor of love. It sadly, and I'm sorry to be so vague about like, is there going to be a season 2? In the earlier to have the interview, the reason partially why I don't know is because the show doesn't make a lot of money, as I've often said. It's very much a passion project. I want to do more. It's up in the air right now, but hopefully we'll get to do more in the future. But in the meantime, just keep supporting the show. Spread the word of it, show the YouTube versions of it or whatever to people to kind of get them into it. Go to the site and everything, all that stuff. You know how it goes, etc. So
Definitely. Well, since we're nearing the end of this interview, it's time to attempt a bump. For those of you who have never been on the show before, we have a tradition here on 91.8 The Fan. And first off, I usually ask if you'd be willing to do it as a courtesy.
they're all willing to do it.
We're actually contractually obligated to do whatever Curb tells us.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
So you own their
I will.
soul. I understand that.
will.
That's
Yeah.
why I make the staff sign NDAs. It really has an own their soul portion in it. You didn't hear that from me. But basically, we ask if you'd be willing to say, hello, my name is, I do this, and you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan. Obviously, though, there's 4 of you, which makes it a little bit difficult. Generally, you need to do it in a certain order. Somebody needs to lead. So how would you guys like to,
Well, I think that since Shady and I have done individual interviews on here before, and I want Tombstone and Casey to eventually get their own as well because they deserve to have their own episodes. So why don't we do it as our Tome characters, and then you can have that like for this one particular, since this is like focused on that specifically. You guys down with that?
I'm chill with it, whatever you guys.
Give it a try. Last time I did
then-
this, I completely messed it up.
All right. Well, then I will start. So this is just recording, so I'm just gonna do it. Right? Does that work?
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, folks, this is Kirbopher. Curb from the Terrain of Magical Expertise. No, well, whatever. You're listening to 91.8 The Fan, I guess. Enjoy.
Who's
Alpha, how
next?
about you?
Oh, okay. Because I know last time I messed this up, I just got the feeling I'm gonna do it again. Okay.
You got this. You got this.
Okay. Hey, this is Alpha from Tome, and you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. Thanks for listening.
You didn't mess up at all.
Hooray!
Yay!
All right, how about GC?
Now I'm the one who's gonna balls things up here. Let's see. Hi, I'm Game Praise. I don't have too much to say, except tune in to 91.8 The Fan. You'll be glad you did.
Perfect.
Did I balls it up? Was that?
No, that was perfect.
All
You guys
right.
are all
Completely out
worried.
of character. I do not declare that canon. I am retconning this entirely. This whole episode.
That's so very nice. But no, is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners out there? Words of wisdom, dating advice, and not how you got into the business?
I
so
I don't know.
dating advice. Let's see. Dating advice.
Don't do it.
Have a nice butt like Game Craze. There you go.
Yeah, I have a great butt. I have a very finely toned ass.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I think that's all the advice people need.
The internet is a beautiful place to be creative. Do whatever it is you want to do and just put it out there, because that's really that's the good side of the internet, is that you can just make and produce and put out whatever you want. And I hope that I've been really excited to see a lot of people like letting their creative juices flow, if you'll excuse the weird way of describing that. And I want to see more original, cool, inventive stuff out there. So just use the internet to its fullest. Use it for a really positive purpose, and do what it is that you love to do, and follow your heart and some after school bull crap like that.
Disney moments. But no, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I appreciate having a party on.
But by the way, as we're ending this, so Tombstone just produced a little thing that he just posted in the chat. You should totally play it on the show.
Oh gosh, let me see if I can grab this.
You're gonna play it on like through my microphone. I could do that if that's okay.
If you want to do it that way, that'll work as well. I do have to transfer it over to the radio and all that other jazz, so that might take
a second. So yeah, why don't you just do that?
Okay. Then essentially what we're going to be doing is we'll be going off air, and you'll get to hear that within a song. So keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.
Bye, guys.